Hello everybody, it's VerticalSandwich. Welcome back to Let's Play Dragon Quest XI. We are in the Temple of Dawn, touching Yggdrasil seedlings to figure out how to defeat the Lord of Shadows.
Did you see the size of that hammer? Was it just me, or did it seem special somehow?
It was no weapon, that much is certain. A forging hammer, if I am not mistaken. But what were they forging?
I wonder. Well, I think we all know where they were at least, don't we?
Let's see if the last seedling makes things any clearer.
I know that view. I'm sure of it.
So if I understand what we saw correctly, they found some ore and a hammer, then went up a mountain and forged a sword. Wait, of course. The Sword of Light.
Indeed. They would not have gone into battle with the Dark One unarmed.
Well, the Sword of Light's a famous relic that we actually saw Mordegon. Just whatever.
Yes, that's the power we need. That's how we'll drive the darkness from the world.
But Mordegon took it, right? Unless... Are these visions trying to say we need to... Yeah, that must be it. We need to make our own Sword of Light, just like the old heroes did. All right, we've got ourselves a plan. Not much of a plan, but we'll just have to fill in the gaps as we go. Let's start by paying a visit to the places we saw in those visions. I'm betting we'll find some more clues there.
Aye. It looked like they found that ore on another one of these floating islands. I reckon we'll need to have a word with our wee pal about that.
And that was Gallopolis in the vision where they had the hammer, right? Maybe the Sultan knows something.
Oh, and I remember now. That mountain, it's the volcano near Hotto, isn't it? How could I forget?
Yeah, we were just there, lady.
It sounds like we're going on a wee world tour then. Hotto, Gallopolis, and wherever that other island happens to be.
It seems we're setting off on another adventure, Veronica. You'll be with us in spirit. I know it.
All right, let's go to work.
Okay, I have to say this. That was a ton of explaining and dumbing down for something that's really pretty obvious. Like, you don't need to tell us that the volcano is the volcano near Hotto. It's clearly the volcano near Hotto. You don't need to tell us that Gallopolis is Gallopolis.
You find, Luminary? Thing you seek?
Okay, Switch explains everything he and his companions saw.
Always intriguing. Remember a tale from my grandfather. Guiding light helped ancient heroes. Helped in forging of sword. Sword to beat darkness. You have seen their quest. Floating island. Island of vision. called Battleground.
Battleground? Why would anyone go looking for ore on a battleground?
Mine was there. Mine of great ores. Great powers fought for ores. Great battle occurred. Great losses. Great pain. Victors took all. No ore. No more. Perhaps. Tale of centuries ago. Perhaps tale false. Perhaps all remain. Perhaps.
Well, it can't hurt to go and have a look now, can it? Come on, you lot.
Yeah, well, Battleground's a dungeon, so it could actually hurt.
If you forget purpose, if you need clues, come to me. Tales from Grandfather may help. Good luck.
So there's no reason we would come back and need clues from him. It's a pretty straightforward quest. Find ore, get a hammer, make a sword. So that's what we're gonna do, but I actually am a little curious of those Yggdrasil, the Yggdrasil sprouts that we saw in whale areas. I'm gonna check those out, see if those are activated now, because I don't remember what they're for. I also don't remember where they are, so, you know, we'll check that out. I think one of them was around Hado. If one of them hasn't activated, if we find one and it hasn't activated, we can probably just assume the other one hasn't as well. Okay, so it's not the northern Hado whale port or whatever. Whale point. After this, we'll check Laguna de Gandolia because I am pretty sure that was I know that was the first one we checked after we got the whale. Yeah, because this one's just gonna have that one guy. That single enemy I was talking about that we are going to have to grind for later for a quest. Yeah, it's just hanging out down here all by himself. I should check my quests too and see where my quests are at, as far as finishing them all. I mean, I know I need to do the buff quest or whatever. We could do that. You can actually reassign skill points and stuff. So Gondolia, so over here. Alright. So these are not active. So we can just go to the battleground. Although we should probably find a place to... You know what? We should maybe go to Gallipolis first. Well, let's go to battleground because maybe it's a zoomable location. Which would be nice. So, battleground is very obvious. And don't get me started on this dungeon. It's so complicated. It's just like 18 floors or something stupid like that. Mysterious object looks almost like some kind of giant candlestick. Light it with the guiding lights, fine, guys. Please. Alright. So let's check out the map here. So, level B9, B8, B7, B6, so it's 9 levels. 9 levels. No, it's 10, if you include this one. Well, we can zoom to havens above, but not to the battleground? Alright, fine. Fine. Okay, a Dracolite. But what I'm thinking is we should save. We really should. Alright. Gallipolis it is. See, and this would force us, to do the Erdwin's Lantern thing if we hadn't. So yeah, the game's pretty good that way. Visitors are not permitted to enter the palace after dark. Return in the morning, should you wish to meet the Sultan, please. Oh, okay, well, fine. Fine, I'll spend the night at the inn or something. Oh, hey! My fellow Galapatans, pray listen. Erdwin's Lantern was destroyed by a great savior. He appeared as though from thin air and sliced the enormous star clean in two. We owe him our very existence. We must let him know that we are grateful. Come, let us thank him together. You jerk. Oh, I forgot to check what the rate was, but it looked like it was 65 gold. It's no big deal. Okay, well, we might as well go talk to the Sultan and see what's going on. Then we can save our game. Then we can go to the battleground.
Is there something I can help you with, Lord Robert?
As a matter of fact, there is. I need to pick your brains about a giant hammer that's supposed to be kept here in Gallopolis. We're going to need it to defeat Mordegon, and apparently, you lot have had it since the Age of Heroes.
A giant hammer, you say? Ah, yes. You mean the forging hammer? It has been in the royal family for generations. Varys, fetch the forging hammer from the treasure room.
Aye, this is it. This is Erdwin's hammer, the one we saw in the vision.
Father, do you truly intend to give the hammer away? We had intended to sell it in order to fund this year's Sun Nation.
Silence! Insolent boy! The forging hammer is one of Gallopolis' greatest treasures. It has been handed down through the generations since time immemorial. But if we must relinquish it, then so be it. You are the only ones who can defeat the Lord of Shadows. If you need it, it is yours.
That's the easiest section of a fetch quest ever.
My nurse once told me that the power of the spirit of the land resides within the forging hammer. It is said that it can beat even the hardest of metals into shape. At least, I think that is how the story goes. Well, I hope it helps you on your quest. Best of luck, dear friends. I shall be expecting good news.
So, this explains why there's optional quests at Gallopolis and Hado, right? Because these are places we need to go for this. So, if you haven't done them, they're not optional. You just will probably discover them as optional before you get to this point. So normally, you know, you'd have to come here, and there'd be Erdwin's lantern to be in the sky, and the Sultan would probably tell you that, like, everybody's really busy, and you need to go take care of that and help Varys, and then you would go do that, and then you would come back, and he would give you the hammer. And then you would have to go to Hado, and you would go to Hado, and you would find out that there's this dragon, and it would eat Miko, and yeah. So this game is actually pretty good about, our priest was killed by monsters. He was walking outside the city and went to a child's aid. The beast turned on him. The beast turned on him instead and took his life. I am by no means capable, but nevertheless, I have decided to spend the rest of my days continuing his good work. Well, okay, first off, what happened to the kid? Like, second, what? Like, what? That's such a random thing to just put in here. So, when we come back, we will go to the battleground and probably spend better than a video in that place. So I will see you guys for that. Bye, everybody.